Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. Here in this video, I am going to discuss how we can filter the data while fetching the data from MySQL database. Okay, so basically, whenever you have to filter the data, you need to first of all you need to read a data from table. And in my previous video, I have discussed how we can read the data. So if you want to read the data from database, obviously you need to use the select command. Okay. And star is used followed by from table, from which table. So this is how you need to write SQL query to read the data. But okay, but whenever you have to filter the records, you are supposed to use where clause. Okay, where clause. And this is the agenda for this video now. So we are going to see how this. So in my previous video, I have discussed in detail, I have discussed how to create a database, how to create a table, how to create. Okay, let me say create database. So I have created and then I have selected a database and then table created, inserted record, and then I was able to read the records. And after that, again, one more thing I have discussed that how to load the data from CSV file into MySQL database table. Right. So all those things are discussed. So now we are going to see where clause, where clause in SQL. Okay. So how we can filter the data? Obviously, based on some condition, you need to filter the data, right? And what or how you can give the condition. So to give the condition, definitely you need operators, because operators are only entity that is used to put the put or that is used with where clause, so that we can create a condition, and based on the condition the data will get fetched. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. So let's write what are the different conditional operators. So I will say conditional operators. Okay, what are the different conditional operators? So I will say conditional operators. So first operator, I would like to say greater than. Okay, next operator is less than. Then next is greater than or is equal to. Then next is less than or is equal to. Okay, then is equal to is operator, one more operator, and not is equal to, or we can say not is equal to in this way. So if we use less than greater than sign together, will be a not equal to operator. If we use exclamatory mark followed by is equal to sign, that is also not equal to. So these are the operators we supposed to use with where clause to filter the records, okay, from a table. So let's pick a little bit biggest data. So what I will do, I will go to my another query. Here I have created, so I will create new brand new table and I will load the data. Okay, so let me say create database. I will copy this. I am not going to I am okay. So this is what I am going to copy. I'm not going to show you these things again. It was already discussed in my previous video. You can watch the video on this webcam channel. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to use the where clause. But before that, I will create a database. So I will say create database. Okay, database can't be created on sales data. Okay. So because we have, okay, it's already exists. That's why. That's why. Okay, it's already exists. So these are the kinds of statements you can write. You can create a table, obviously, and then you can load the data. But since I already have the data in my database, so what I will do, I will say use instead of creating new one. Yes, we can create sales one, sales two, sales data one, kind of this I can create, but I would like to skip that and I will say use sales. Okay, First, I will define what database to be used for this file. And yes, I will execute. Cell is not exist. Okay, so it should be only cell, because yes, table, if you go and if you see, only table called cell is there. So I will say cell. So this is how I can read the records. Okay, but I don't want columns from all these. Yes, definitely we can select columns. So what I will do, I will say select, and I will put the order ID, column names, field names I'm mentioning only, so that it will fetch the record. So I will say order date. Okay. Next, I will say ship mode. Next, I will say state. Next, I will say region. Okay, so these columns I want, and after that I want cells. Okay, cells is a column. From which table? So I want this from cell table. So now you are able to read only selected records from a tables. Okay, so you are getting these many records. Now you have to put the condition. Okay, for what? If you check, okay, so what we can do, we can filter the data based on date, we can filter the data based on text, we can filter the data based on numbers, right? So we can filter the data on text, then numbers, and date. So these three types of data we can use to filter records while reading the data. How to use? What do you need to do? So once you write this statement, select clause. Oh, sorry, select command. It's not a clause. Immediately after table name, you have to start writing where clause. Where, okay. And once you start where, you have to give the condition. But how to give the condition? So whenever you have to put the condition, what you need to do? You need to refer field name. If I say state, okay, and if I wanted to use something like state is equal to, okay, and what are the different states we have? We have New York, Virginia, New Jersey, Michigan, Delaware. Okay, a number of states are there. I don't want this. I want a record for New York only. Okay, I want a record for New York state only. Okay, and I'm going to filter this. Yes. Yes, I am able to filter the record. So here in this column, you can, if you export this data into CSV, you will be able to see that we have only fields or records for the New York state only. Okay, this is how we can give the condition. But now I don't want this. Okay, I would like to add one more filter. Yes, but how to add? Yes, we can add multiple filters for multiple fields. Yes, that is also possible. Yes, then what we can do? Okay, if I go to region and if I click, so obviously state is there from region. So this will be both columns will be unique now based on state. But if we look at this, so first class, standard class, we have a different ship modes. And I would like to add, so one more condition. Whenever you have to add a condition, new condition in where clause, you cannot go and write where clause once again. Okay, don't plan I call like this, where, okay, and ship mode is equal to, I will say first class. Okay, so this is how I'm going to filter, but you cannot write this. Okay, you cannot write this. You have to use where only once in your query. Then how to write multiple conditions, how to give multiple conditions in SQL query? Yes, you are able to do that by using logical operators. Okay, so earlier what we have seen conditional operators. Whatever we have discussed, it was a conditional operators. Okay, let me remove everything from this, and I talked about this condition operator. So these are the conditional operator. But yes, something is there in SQL called logical operators. Okay, logical operators. And what are the different operators we have? We have AND operator, we have OR operator, we have a NOT operator. Meaning when we use AND operator, And operator required all condition must be true to return the record. Or operator required only one condition to be true to return the record. Not operator will invert the result. Invert the result means it is if any of the condition is going to return you the record for uh, New York State, and if we use not state is equal to New York, it will say that, or it will return the record not for New York, but rather than all the states except New York. Okay, this is how it's going to work. So what I will do, I will use logical operator and I will say now execute. Okay, and what this is going to do for me, and operator will say, okay, it will check every time, it will check where state is equal to New York and ship mode is equal to first class. If both the conditions are matching, okay, then and then only you will get a record, otherwise you are not going to get a record. Same condition if we use with another operator called or. So now what or will do, or how or will different. Okay, if I execute, okay, here you can see that we don't have any other value in ship mode apart from first class in New York. I mean in state column New York. Okay, we don't have anything other than New York. So now I am going to execute the same condition with or. And yes, you are able to see that we can see that multiple state names, multiple uh, ship modes, right? So what it is going to do for me, okay, what it or will do, or will check for first condition, yes, state is equal to New York. It is not going to check for the next condition. It will return that record, whether your ship mode is first class or not. In case if your state is not New York, okay, and then it will go for next condition and it will check for ship mode is equal to first class. If it found ship mode is equal to first class, it will return the record. Okay, irrespective of all the condition, it will return the record if any one of the condition is true. This is what the use of or. Okay, so now I would like to discuss about next logical operator called this. Okay, not equal to. So we can define not equal to in this way. We can use this operator. So now you will be able to see that if I execute this statement, you will not get records for New York State, because we have declared this state is not equal to New York. We can use exclamatory mark and is equal to sign together to say not equal to. This is also going to work same. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. Now if you want to use, okay, some same thing if you want to do using is equal to sign, yes, you are able to do. But what you need to do, you need to use the not operator, logical not operator here. Okay, logical not operator here. I will say New York, and I will remove this, just it was just for the, okay, to show you. And if I execute this, still I will get the same result. So all these three statements, okay, what are the different statements I used? I used the selected line number 44 onward to 51. Okay, all these three statements are going to give me the same result, because the purpose or operators are different, but purpose is remain same. All are like not is equal to, not is equal to, not is equal to. Okay, so this is how we can use not operator with where clause to filter the records. Okay, then if you want to filter the records based on number field or records based on or order date. Order date means date field. Yes, it is also possible. You just I'm just going to copy this and I will select here. So now what I decided, I would like to filter my record based on number field. So what is my number fields? Fields meaning column name. Okay, so I will say sales. If sales is greater than 5,000, and if I'm going to execute this, yes, we can use greater than, less than, all the conditional operators with any kind of data. whether it is text, whether it is date, whether it is number, no matter. Okay. So it is 5,000. So it is going to give me. So now you have all the records which has sales value higher than 5,000. So this is how it going to works. Okay. And or you can use and give the multiple conditions for multiple fields. That's not a problem. Okay. Then if you want to see whether your number of records for the year which is greater than 2017, yes, you are able to do that also. What I will do, I will put the date, or I will use order date. Okay. And I will say order date is greater than or is equal to, because I would like to include, and you have to follow the syntax. What syntax I told in my previous video, that y hyphen hyphen dd. This is what the date format SQL, MySQL is going to use, or it always use. So you have to pass. So what I will do, I will pass year here 2018 onwards. I want from Jan month, and I want from 1st of Jan. So this is how I have created a condition, and I will execute this. Now, if you see, we don't have any record which is for 2018 years. I will change this to 2017, and I will refresh this, and I will say execute. Okay, we have few records definitely. So we are able to get the records, or we are able to filter the dates by using conditional operators, right? Less than, greater than, is equal to, not equal to. These are the operators we can use with any kind of data. Either it is a text, it is a number, it is a date type data. We don't need to worry about that. Okay. So this is how we can use where clause to filter the records in SQL with and operator, not operator, or operator. Okay. And conditional operators are definitely required. Otherwise, you will not be able to create a filter. So I hope you like the content of video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day. Do not forget to subscribe webcam for more videos. Thank you.